try. But even on my best days, I can hit a 1-foot drive.
Welcome to another week of 1 Foot Drive podcast. I am Mike Szabo, joined as always by Andrew Duvall and Tony Iannone. This week, we're going to recap the PGA Championship, what happened, who won, how do we do with our picks. We're going to preview the Charles Schwab Challenge at the Colonial.
Nailed it.
We're going to do some picks for the Schwab. We're going to do our world-famous player or pretender. We're going to have our coach's corner. We're going to be recapping our rounds. We had a lot of golf since our last podcast. And we'll round it out with fact check as always. So, gentlemen, good evening. How's it going?
Michael.
Great. How you doing, Mike?
Doing well.
Tony?
Doing well.
Wonderful.
I love it.
Gratitude meter is off the charts, boys.
I like
Bringing the energy tonight. I love
Absolutely.
it. Well, let's get into it. PGA Championship, second major of the year. Once again, I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it on a T-shirt. Scottie. This man, 11 under, didn't even break a sweat. Had the lefts going. Still won it.
By sixth?
Captured his third major. He won by 5. The other guys were at 6 under. So,
do you notice that his lefts are just straight left? Like they don't turn left. They just go straight left. That's a great left to have. You know what I mean?
It is.
That's a great left to have.
Yeah, you
can
could
play with that.
No, you could talk to it a little bit. Like if it's starting left and hooking left, you can't talk to it. But if it's just a straight ball left, you can try to talk to it a little bit.
Yeah,
if you can get it on the ground, get in a good spot. But what do we think, guys? It didn't really rain too much. It rained some. Course played a little soft in areas. Sub air going. Course looked great.
Yeah, it got a little fiery there at the end. It was nice. Saw some carnage there. Guys were just trying to get it in the garage there. Oh, man.
How about Rambo?
Oh, man.
One of my picks. I was looking terrific until the Green Mile.
Yeah.
My Lord.
But I feel bad for Rom. I watched a little bit of that final round, and on 14, he butter whipped a 5-wood into that drivable par 4. And he hit probably the only 1-yard circle he couldn't hit, and it kicked it right. And, I mean, he's a couple inches left, couple inches short, couple inches. Anywhere else, that thing's rolling up, and he's probably got a 10-footer for eagle.
Yeah.
And we're talking maybe about a different story. So he goes with that, and he makes par. And then he goes to 15. And he got another bad kick on 15.
Yeah.
And then on 13, he lipped out for birdie. He had that long birdie putt on the par 3, just Purinaed it.
It's looked so good.
So I could see after he goes 13, lip out, 15 or 14 bad kick, 15 bad kick, par. Yeah. And then just, you know what?
Just not my day. Just not my day.
He just mentally didn't keep it together from there. He didn't throw anything that I saw anyway.
The smoke was coming. The smoke was, you could see it.
Yeah.
He was surprisingly calm, I thought. You know,
he was.
If I remember him getting a little hot under the collar on a regular basis, and he looked like he was laughing, having a good time through all of it. So good on him for that.
I mean, he was in that spot, right? He was chasing. Like he kind of knew that everything had to come together, and then he saw a couple of those kicks, and he's just like, all right. But I mean, even 17, I would have expected a club slam or the normal Rambo fire. But I mean, he knew he tugged it, or he knew he overcooked it. And it took a huge. Did you guys see the hop it took on 17 on the green?
Yeah.
I mean, he was kind of out of it at that point, anyways. But that thing landed like a rock.
Yes,
it was just.
No, that course got teeth for the Sunday finish for sure.
Yeah,
it did.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I was proud of
the
broadcast group. I might be wrong, but I didn't hear him one time comment on Rahm's club foot and his ankle and demonstrate with the telestrator how he had to play. You know, like when he was on tour before Live, that's all they talked about. It was nauseating. It's like, we understand.
Yeah.
We get it. But that was nice not to hear. I thought so anyway.
I mean,
how
Harris.
How about that 195 ball speed with a 3/4 swing, man? That guy is just. I texted you guys. There's just that man is just built different, man.
Yeah, just moving it.
He's. I've seen him. I've seen some of his stuff in the gym. They always, they use him as an example of just like how much he'll squat, like trap bar and things like that. How much he'll just. It's pretty impressive that his lower body is just beefed up.
And what's cool is this is like kind of he's like the poster boy for TPI, right? Because of this restriction, like what you were talking about, Mike, that they've talked to the nth degree about.
You can say it's a club foot. It's okay.
His restriction, right? I know. His flexibility restriction. But like you said, and he can't do, when you go through the TPI training that they talk about, like he can't do a full deep squat. And that's like one of the tests he'll never pass. He'll never pass because of his ankle mobility restrictions. And it's just amazing how they've kind of created that to be a strength, that's almost like, who's the guy who had I think he just passed away, a broken arm, played on tour for years, never hit a ball out of bounds or something.
Pete,
Calvin Pete.
Calvin Pete,
yeah. Most accurate driver of the ball in PGA Tour history or something.
Yeah, and it's all because he broke his arm as a kid and it just didn't heal right, so he could only bend it one way. It's just like, that's so cool to create a superpower from a restriction for most folks.
Do you think I could break my arm and then have it heal by mid-July?
Yeah. Just do a hairline.
Gotcha.
Or just have the doctor set the cast at the angle you want.
There you go.
That way it just doesn't move.
Then just rotate.
Genius.
Well, another story. Yeah, go ahead, Andy.
No, I was gonna say Harris English. I was gonna throw Harris in there from like 80. What was it? 86,000 or no? It was like $86,000 he was at. He went to from his final round. It was like 1.24 million or something. He ended up making like a 1.25 million on his final round. 1.1 million for his final round.
That was a little 6 under 65. He went from even to 6 under, finished second.
Yeah, just the casual final round. Yeah, move it when you're supposed to. That's moving day, right? That's moving day.
Yeah.
It's backdoor day. Yeah.
Awesome. There you go.
Backdoor top 2.
Love it.
Yeah. I was going to bring up my boy. He was really just a couple swings away, and it's another major where Bryson is in the top 5. I mean, love him or hate him, the guy was just there again. On Saturday, he kind of stepped on it coming in, right? Made just a weird swing, and then on Sunday, he made like one weird swing, and then it was, that was catastrophic. He'd make a double off of him. But he would have been right there.
It's all the same swing, too. If you go back to the Masters, it's the same overcook. It's the same, it's always just too much working left. And we just said it, like Scottie works it too far left straight. Like Rambo, Bryson, like they're working it too far left. And it just, you can't do anything with that. And the worst part is it seems like when Bryson gets that going, he kind of like it either turns into an overcook or like, he's hitting his clubs extremely far. If he misses, like that gets a little chunky, right? Like you usually, if it's a little too far underneath you, most of the time you're trying to lay it back or do something and it gets a little steep and you throw it into the ground. The ball's going to balloon. It's not going to go as far. So it's his yardage control coming down the stretch at a major with his irons is got to be tough if it's just not perfect.
So I agree.
I mean, and he does a lot of work. He knows what he's doing. You know, it is what it is. It's just there's something there that whether it's the club, whether it's the ball. I mean, he's talking again about there's the talks coming back about the golf ball and what he's looking for and things like that. So, yeah, I just like to see him play a clean final round, like a clean weekend. Just go out and play a clean weekend and see if he does what Scottie does.
Yeah, no, I like that. Our last guy that I want to talk about, I don't know if you guys got anybody else, but
yeah, I wanted to talk about him too.
Our boy,
brutal.
Didn't pick him. I got off the train just in time. That a couple things with him. So like,
yeah,
he didn't talk to the media all week. Interesting. He pulled a Morikawa.
Crazy.
He had a club throw, which was like the lamest club throw you'd ever see in your life.
Lame's a good word.
And then, do you think him getting his driver randomly tested and being illegal just rattled his brain so much that he had to switch club heads before? Now, keep in mind, Scottie also got his tested and had to switch club heads and went out there and just did his thing. So, what do you boys think about Rory?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the club head thing is interesting. I didn't know that Scottie also got flagged. That's interesting.
And he laughed about it. He's just like, yeah, I switched heads and,
I can see Rory being a lot more affected by something like that than Scottie, for sure. He's, like you said, the mental midget, Yeah,
and I think Scottie said, he was surprised it took this long to get tested. Usually the guys that are top in the game will probably get tested a little more. The guys that are bombing it probably get tested a little more. And I think his biggest thing was they're only doing it halfway. If they're going to test, just figure out a way to test everybody every week. Why randomly pull 20 people or 50 people? And, it's not like a drug test. You're just trying to, how many times do you bash a driver and ruin the trampoline effect where you loosen it up? So, Drew, I cut you off.
So that's what it is.
So basically they hit it thousands of times, and it's a trampoline effect in the face. And as you hit it more and more and more and more and more, the face weakens. It becomes more trampoline-like.
Thinner.
Yes.
It's thinner. Like you're literally shaving off the face, and it's thinning out.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, then you can get a little more pop on it. So the more balls you beat, and these guys are hitting it on a dime-size spot on the driver every single time. So, like for them, if they hit it 1,000 times to get it to that point, I might have to do it like 25,000 times to try to, because it's like a scatter shot right on the face. I might ruin the toe first before I ruin the middle of the face and get the trampoline effect. But
the high toe gets a lot of work.
It's a good miss. It's a good miss.
The high toe.
Yeah, no, and the crazy thing is they don't test woods. So these guys, a lot of like Andy, how long have you had your 3-wood?
I would say, a long time, at least 10 years.
You love that thing, right?
Won't get rid of it.
And it's funny because you hear guys talk about, oh, I think my driver's dead now. Like I need to get a new driver. Thing's dead, And it's like, no, it's the opposite. Like the longer you have that metal wood, the hotter it gets.
See, I find that I hit my 3-wood when I'm swinging really well off the tee. My 3-wood goes just pretty darn close to as far as my driver. Like I did it a couple of times this week.
I believe where
it. It thing just is hot. So
that's why a lot of guys now on tour with the woods, there's special tour issue woods with really thick faces to lower the ball speed, which is mind blowing. They need slower woods because, like you said, they're gapping to their driver. Like they need their 3-wood to be 10, 15 less than their driver for bunkers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they have those tour issue woods, which you would never want as a regular person. But Yeah, it's just interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with the testing. I mean, it's tough because like nobody's policing themselves for that, right? Nobody's taking their driver to the equipment truck and going, oh, they throw a COR test on this, right? Like, no.
Yeah, and they even have the ability to do so.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure. You're telling me that Rory doesn't have 3 of the same heads?
You would hope so.
He does, but
then what? I mean, what's the difference?
The one's hot.
Yeah,
the one he's hitting 20 yards further.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
So he's got to move his line over 4 yards so he doesn't hit into a bunker or something. Like I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I doubt that.
Listen, I was the director of Metal Woods for a short period of time, and I didn't really understand a lot of this. So I'm good. I'm glad I'm finally understanding all of this. So
amazing.
Yeah. So Tony, as a guy that sells metal woods for a living,
yeah,
you got to get that out of your repertoire, man.
What's that?
We got to have guys buying woods every year. We can't have them keeping it forever. You can't be doing that, man.
Well, if you need more forgiveness, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you
more
can't be
stopping power.
Don't be doing this where you got to keep your driver for 10 years stuff. That's not going to cut it.
No.
I got another kid that's got to go to college yet.
Yeah.
So Tony, what'd you think of your boy Noren?
Yeah, I think coming off the injury, he's played like no golf this year, and he's coaching his daughter's softball team. Give him some props. The man's from, I don't know, some Eastern European country.
Swedish. He's Swedish.
Noren.
Somewhere that doesn't have softball on a regular basis, I assume. So this guy just studied up, learned how the game works, all that stuff. I think that's awesome. But yeah, no, he showed great, man. Major killer, If he had a little more time under his belt, a couple more tournament rounds, probably could have held on there better on Sunday. You could tell he was just run out of gas. Just trying to steer it in. No, I love a fader and a major. And he's been around leaderboards for a long time. And I think he's got a chance. He's still moving it. He looks good. So, yeah. Love it.
I like the way he moves it.
You guys like his game?
I do.
I'm going to get a quick pre-fact check on this. When I made that pick, I said he takes one side of the golf course out of play, and nobody called me out for that awful cliche. That was a joke, and nobody called me out. So I was totally joking.
I don't know if either of us were listening to you then.
Wait, what?
Shocker.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Alex Noren, I remember him from like the 90s or something, and I was just like 2000s early. Like, I was just shocked that he was even playing golf still, because I knew he got injured. He's been around for a while, and then you say he takes one side of the golf course out. I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah. No, I hate that cliche.
Does he not do that?
Good to know.
I mean, yes, but it's just like he's gonna he missed it left on 18. Like, there's gonna be ones that don't fade. It's golf.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a cliche that I just don't like. That's all.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's summarize our picks, and we'll put a bow on this PGA Championship. Look forward to the U.S. Open next month. So if we go into our favorites, I mean, the guy that rides the favorites all the time, Andrew Duvall with Scottie, winner. Got that one down. World Golf Ranking 50+. John Rahm sneaks out over Alex Noren. So I got the check mark there, -4 to -3.
Brutal. Bad beat there.
Duvall had Cole and Smalley, and neither of them worked. So he had like a double pick on that category.
Can we get minus?
He's like, I want Cole, but if Smalley gets in, I want Smalley. So anyway, neither of them finished.
He was looking hot. He was looking hot.
He looked good for a minute, yeah.
For a minute. Hot minute.
Yeah, you want to know what happened? Billy Kratzer went out on Friday and started following him when he got to like 6. He was like 6 or 7 under. And even one of the guys on TV called him out and said, listen, I think it's Billy Kratzer. And he's like, fact check. But like, he's like, hey, listen, if he starts making bogeys, you got to get out of there. And sure enough, what did he do? He finished the last like 5 holes or whatever, like 3 over par. And I just,
unbelievable.
What's his deal with Billy Kratzer?
The guy goes out and finds the guys who are playing good, right? So like when he shows up, it's like a joke that it's like, you're playing good. So he all of a sudden gets out there. It's just, it's one of those things.
That's funny.
Nice. Our PGA Pro category, none of our PGA Pros made the cut. Not a one in the tournament. Tyler Collette, the favorite, again, was the least cut. So Duvall took that one down. Tony was
double check mark, boys.
Yeah, Tony was picking by mascot. Rupee Taylor was second to last.
Hey, at least my guy was in the field.
True. Michael Block, he just, he didn't have enough people following him. And that was that. So
Blocky's playing this week too.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in the field this week too. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crowds out there with Scottie, so he should be up there.
I might have to revise my picks.
That's what I was saying. I'll give you a little heads up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem, bub.
And then our Live boys, the 16 that played, 8 made the cut. Neither of you guys could pick one of the guys that made the cut, so by default, I had Joaquin Neiman make the check mark. You had Brooksy missed a cut.
Did you guys see the picture of him at a 7-Eleven with a case of Miller?
Oh, yeah.
That is... what a treat that was.
He's got a rack of Miller Lite to end of the day.
And he called out a guy from the stands to come down and fight him.
Yes.
No way, I missed that.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
He was walking by and said something. Some guy yelled something like, it's hard playing that 4th round, isn't it? Or something like that, making a reference to Live. And Brooksy turned around and said, why do you come down here and say that? Or something to that effect.
And if you see the guy in the background, he puts his hand up like this.
Yeah, he's up, I'm sure.
And then he turns and looks the other way. Yeah.
It's like, oh God, he heard me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So that makes our standings. Tony with 4, AD with 10, and I got 9. So
you know what?
Season goes on. What's that?
Matt took Bryson.
So how do you want to? I didn't want to bring up Matt just because of his performance and a couple other things that happened with his picks.
Yeah.
How do you want to work? How do you want to work the guests? Special guest category.
No, I wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out after the faux pas that went down on his other picks. So.
All right. For those that didn't hear our Friday podcast, I guess we can't leave our crowd hanging. So, Matt, our guest, the GM at Sweetens Cove last week, he picked JT as his favorite, cut. His top 50, he picked Kashmir Keith, cut. For Liv, he had Bryson, so that was a good showing. He loves Bryson. PGA Pro, he picked Preston Cole, who at the time, I didn't have the entire list of PGA Pros in front of me, but it turns out that Preston did not make the field.
So he was cut before the event. He was cut from the cut.
Yeah. So I guess what happened was, and it's an honest mistake. I did the same thing with what was it, McNeely or McKenzie? Yeah, whatever that guy's name
Mackenzie
is.
Hughes. Jeez.
Yeah, I thought he won, and I can't even get his name right. But Matt was watching the PPC, and Preston was 1 shot clear of the cut with 2 holes to go, and he turned it off and just assumed he made it. And here, Preston ended up missing by 1. So next year, Preston, you'll get in. And then Matt, you can pick him then.
Little redemption story.
Yeah, like redemption story. So I didn't want to really bring that up because what is he, like -1 because he picked somebody who wasn't in the field? But Bryson brings it back to even, I guess. So I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
We did have one, like an impromptu thing in our conversation Friday about Johnny Vegas, the leader at the time, how he was going to finish the weekend.
Yeah.
And one clear thing was none of us had faith. And the other clear thing is we were correct. So AD had +5 on the weekend. I had +2, and Tony had +4. And Johnny, solid little 73, 72. He was +3 on the weekend.
Yep.
So that's where it finished. I don't think there's any check mark unless we're doing prices right. Closest to without going over them would be me. But I just think that's no check mark, right?
No, you're out.
Yeah, okay.
You're out.
I thought so.
Yeah, you're out.
I thought so. Yeah, that makes sense. So
pretty solid though. I got to give him some credit for that.
Pretty
and
good.
if it was prices right, it would have been the other way because we thought he was going to go higher, so you'd be out and Tony would be next.
After I said it, I was hoping you guys didn't realize that. But good catch. Because golf's backwards, yes. So it would be Tony. We give Tony a check mark. Why not? He's got like 2 all year.
I can throw me a freaking bone here, man. I'll take whatever I can get.
Give him another one.
He can't even figure out. Well, when you start picking more than one person a week, all right, we'll give Tony a check mark.
I'm
5. All right, Tony, you're up to 5.
Hey, we'll take it.
All right, so that's a big old ribbon on the PGA Championship. Next up,
great championship.
The Charles
it was a great championship.
Schwab Cup at Colonial Country Club, Fort Worth, Texas, boys. Par 70, almost 7,300 yards. Your defending champion, Davis Riley. He won by 5 strokes last year.
He looked good on Sunday.
Yeah, he did.
He had a good week.
He was actually in my picks for this week until I realized he won last year. I'm not going to pick him to go back-to-back, but he was in good form. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What do you guys got on Colonial? You guys ever play it? Know anything about it? Any thoughts on Colonial, the golf course?
I know it's a legendary track. I don't know too much about it though.
7,300, bunch of Bermuda grass on there, but Zach Johnson has a scoring record.
Sure
259 back in 2010. And that's saying a lot for Zach at 7,300 yards.
Yeah.
Especially 15 years ago. So
worst Ryder Cup captain ever? ?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God! Are we gonna go in there?
He's going to be in our comments giving you the finger.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, he's going to be all over.
And then I'll say
my
he
magnifying glass out.
I don't say he wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not very good. Picked his boy. Yeah, we
don't have to get into all that.
I got a lot on it, but I got a lot on it.
When the Ryder Cup comes around,
yeah, that's more of a Ryder Cup thing. So some tidbits about the course and about the event. Back in 2003, Miss Annika was the first woman to play on tour at this tournament in 58 years. Well, she wasn't the first ever, but she was the first in a long time. And she shot a little 71, 74, and missed a cut by 4 strokes. And that year, Kenny Perry went absolutely crazy deep, and nobody even realized it because they were all talking about Annika. So that was a good year for that. This event was also the first COVID event with no crowd. So this is the first PGA Tour event back in 2020 that they played without a crowd when the COVID stuff was going on.
Yeah, it was in Texas too. Go figure.
And then course record is 61, held by 7 people. So 7
Is Tiger
pros.
one of them?
He is not. I wasn't going to have you boys guess, but if you want to try to guess a couple people, go ahead. No. I think there's maybe one that you'll get because I just mentioned them, but other than that, I don't know who else you would get.
Kenny Perry.
Yeah, there's one. So
Scheffler.
in this list, there's 3 gentlemen I've played golf with, and or been in a tournament at the same time as.
Brian Gay.
No, it's the answer for everything. It's my one claim to fame.
Justin Leonard.
Yep, that's one.
Go. Charles Schwartzel.
No.
Oh.
All right, I'll give it to you here. So the names are Greg Kraft has a 61, Lee Jansen, Kevin Na, Kenny Perry, Chad Campbell.
Please tell me you played with Kevin Na.
No, Chad Campbell I played 2 holes with. Keith Clearwater, Duvall and I both played an event with him in it. That was out in Vegas.
Wow.
Yep, Keith Clearwater. And then good old Justin Leonard. Yeah, I was supposed to play 2 holes with him. So what? I got to tell you this. So a former course I worked for was a company-owned private club, and I won a merchandising contest for Nike. They flew me down to Texas to play in a pro-am, right? And it was Chad Campbell, Justin Leonard. I just whiffed on the other guy, and Anthony Kim. So this is back when Anthony was still on tour, pre-wrist injury. So we go down there.
Trevor Immelman?
No, don't. I'll think of it as I tell the story. So we're going through, and you go out and you play a scramble. And then as you're playing a scramble, you have a tour pro come with you for 3 holes. And they play 3 holes with you, or 2 holes, or whatever it is, and they rotate through the course. So you get a chance to play with everybody. Well, before the tee off, Kim wasn't there, and he finally shows up to take pictures with everybody. And it was hilarious because when we were out playing the course, I'm not going to say which pro it was, but we were talking. We're like, where's Kim? And he goes, he went home. He's hungover. He got in at 4 a.m. So he's not playing golf today. He just showed up for the picture to get paid. And then he was peace out. So I tell you all this. I'll wrap this up. Justin Leonard. So we're playing a hole. He comes up. How you doing? I hit a drive, smoke it down the middle for me. This is back in 08 or 09. And he stands up and he hits it 50 yards right into the trees. So we go out to my ball in the fairway, and he's down there looking for his ball. I yell down. I go, Justin. I said, do we have to play your ball, or can we do the one up here in the fairway?
Oh, God. Oh, God. And he was
he kind of looks at me with his side. So then he comes up. Now he's got, it's no more fun time. So everybody hits. I'm up. I hit a sandwich in there to like 6 feet. I'm peacocking around like, yeah, man. And he stands there, drops his ball, hits it deep beyond my ball, spins it back and makes it. And goes, that's what we do on tour. Puts his club in his cart and he's gone.
Oh, God. Dude, those guys got some egos, huh?
Wow.
Oh, my. It was freaking fantastic. So then afterwards, I was like, hey, good shot, blah, blah, blah. We chatted for half a second at the dinner or whatever, and it was all good. But, yeah, so we only got 1 hole with Leonard. Too bad.
That's funny.
Yeah, but that's my Justin Leonard story for you.
I mean, if you're going to have a Justin Leonard story, that's a good one to have.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chad Campbell, he hit it tight twice. He was good play. And I can't think of the 4th guy. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Man, Chad Campbell used to be a ball striker.
Mm-hmm.
He had that funky move. He had that he kind of had like some sort of hitch. I can't picture it right now, but he had like a little bit of like a hitch in there. It was like a weird move.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pure, but it was, I don't know.
Yeah. So with this event, weekly tradition, surprised you guys haven't looked it up in advance. Thanks for not doing so. But who has the most wins at this event? This person has 5 wins. 5-time winner.
Byron Nelson.
What'd you say, Tony?
Hogan.
Yep, you got it. Hogan's Alley Boys. Yep.
That
was an easy one. Colonial Hogan. I think he built a place, but yeah. All right. Well, let's get into picks.
He did not. He did not build the place.
No, I know he did not build the place.
Okay.
That won't be in fact check next week. He did not build it. So let's do some picks. Leader, Duval. You're up. Your favorite. Who do you like this week to win the tournament? And are we doing the no Scottie on regular tour events, or are we going to let you just pick them again?
I think we have to.
I'm not going to take them. I'm not taking them.
Unless it's a major, Scotty's off the board. We're going to give him the Tiger 2000 treatment.
Yeah.
So
I'm taking Harris English. Yeah, boys.
Love it.
Yep.
Any reason other than he backdoor 65 on Sunday?
If you actually take a look at what's been going on, he hasn't put together, full weeks. He's right there. I mean, even to be at even par, last week at the PGA, it was a boatload back, but he still played some decent golf on a tough golf course. So, he's somewhat trending. If he puts 4 rounds together, he's definitely somebody. I mean, he's silky. He works it both ways. He's a good wedge player. So there's going to be even at 7,300 yards, par 70, there's still going to be some shortish irons in there for a guy like him with how far he hits it. So he's not a bomber, but he still gets it up there. So
I like it. Yeah. Tone, who do you got? Your favorite to win the tournament, Tony?
You're going to throw me in there, eh? I like it. Thank you for let me get this pick in. Because Andy just took my. So
you want me to go while you look then?
No, I got my guy. I'm gonna go with Fleetwood here.
Okay.
Yeah, I love his game. I love Tommy Fleetwood's game. I think it's almost inevitable that he's gonna get a win here at some point. But no, he's been playing well. I don't know where exactly he finished at Quell, but played well. I know he's been struggling with the putter, and normally one of the best putters on tour. So he's got the rest of his game figured out, and it looks like I think he switched to a mallet for the PGA Championship, and he was putting better. So let's give him a roll.
I like it.
What do you got, Mike?
I am. I'm going with Hideki. I haven't heard from him for a while. He's just super good ball striker, really solid game. I don't know. I just think I haven't heard from Hideki in a while, and I think he's going to have a good showing. So,
you see him? He's at the. He missed the cut this past week, and he immediately went to the range and started long driving golf balls on the range, swinging as hard as he can. He hit a bunch of balls afterwards, just unleashing on them. It was fun to watch. They had like a little clip of it. Yeah, he was letting it go.
Now, when he was doing it, did he still pause at the top, or was he just no pause and just ripping it? Because he always had that swing where he went back and he had that hair of a. It wasn't maybe a full stop, but it was definitely a distinct transition between back and forward.
Oh yeah, he had his signature.
Yeah,
basic pause he just got it up there, and the next it was. If you could have seen the recoil he had coming back, he was just laughing. He was just banging balls and laughing. So yeah, it was good.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if he got caught up in the illegal driver and he was trying to break in a new one. Hit it as hard as he can. Wonder if he had the trampoline-like effect on. He got that driver swipe, so now he's just trying to beat it as hard as he can. I know some. I know some gentlemen. Won't name names, but they put golf balls in the freezer. And they go and they take those golf balls out in the range and they hit them with their driver.
And just try to smash the face, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
try to loosen that thing up a little bit.
With my driver, catch an extra 7 to 10.
Yep. And also, if you crack the face, then maybe you get a new driver. So if you have last year's model, you take out a bunch of frozen golf balls till you crack the face, and then you call the manufacturer and say, I'd like a new one.
Well, catch me out there tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you're worried about me not selling drivers?
Not very. Not very.
You just gave him the blueprint.
I've experienced it. Where
the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. So now there's going to be tighter. But the manufacturers have gotten really tight on what they warranty and what they don't anymore. Which they're getting smart to it. Guys are trying to work the system to get a new driver.
Tell me about it. I'm so sick of sending them pictures and this and that. And my God, you have to just serve it up to them on a silver platter now.
So, world golf ranking 50 and higher. We're looking for somebody to finish in the top 20 is kind of the goal with this pick always. If they do a little better than that, we're giving guys a chance to maybe build a parlay with maybe a top 10, top 20, top 40 picks. We've been hitting on a pretty good streak. So let's go with Andy. What do you got for World Golf Ranking 50 or higher to maybe pop a top 20 this week?
I'm going with Bud Cauley.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice pick.
Good putter. Good short game. Hits it pretty straight, which is a little Hogan's Alley type of situation. And he's been trending. He's had some pretty good finishes this year. Had a couple of close calls, so
I like it.
And he's right down here, and he works with one of the guys that I've had some time with, so Jason Bale.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's in that camp.
Yeah. Jason's got some pretty good talent under his belt right now that he's working with. So
Norman's a Bale guy.
Is he really?
Yeah, they were talking about it on the broadcast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Out of Bears Club.
Yeah, he's out of Bears. Yep.
Wow.
Very cool.
Tone, what do you got? This is top 50 and plus. Looking for a top 20 finish.
I'm going with somebody who had a little disappointing final round Sunday, Mr. JT Poston.
Nice.
Ooh. Had it going there for a while. Kind of limped it in, but he's playing well. Love his style, love his ball flight. Guy putts it amazing. So yeah, what do you got? What do you got, Mike?
Wow. I can't believe neither of you guys took this one guy. And I assumed one of you were going to take him, so I had another pick that I was going to do. You really got me stuck now. Love Gerard. He's number 74. Siwoo Kim had a good week. He's 59.
I saw him.
Neither of you guys took number 51 in the world. Jordan Spieth in Texas.
I was going to, and you know what? I think the guy's just turned into a slight chop with everything that's going on now, and I'm just out on him.
You're just out on him?
Yep. And Ricky, I'm out on him.
Can we actually go a Colonial without somebody picking Jordan Spieth? That's amazing.
Well, two of us haven't.
Yeah,
so
you tell me, Mike.
This makes it your call here, bud.
I'm just wondering if I could switch out Hideki for somebody. Nah, you know what? Let's fade Spieth this week. I'm going to go with an Aussie. I think Aussies always play good in Texas for some reason. Number 67 in the world, Cam Davis.
Nice.
I like some Cam Davis this week. I think he's.
Does he have a win?
Watch Spieth go win.
Right. Oh, he's definitely going to win. I was going to take out Hideki for Spieth, but he's not going to win.
No.
I think didn't Spieth play there in college? Didn't he get an exemption in college to play there?
Yeah, that was one of his spots.
Yeah. Yeah, so Cam Davis, I'm not sure if he won this year. I think he did, which is why he's number 67.
Oh,
didn't he just have a solid finish? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he played really well.
Yeah, he's a good dude. All right, let's go to our last category, long shot. This is World Golf Ranking 100 or higher. And our goal is to try to get somebody for you to finish in the top 40 or better. That'd be considered a win for these guys. So, Duval, what are you thinking for the long shot? What do you got?
I'm taking my boy, Alex Smalley.
Oh, jeez.
Shocker.
Listen.
I had him written down just in case you didn't take him.
Yeah. I'm glad I got listen, leaders, when you're a leader, you get to pick first, you get to do something, you get your guys. You know what I mean? That's how it works.
We should probably do this backwards. You should probably have Tony picking first every week.
No, this is golf.
This is the way to keep
golf. Andy has the honor. This is golf. I love it.
Just to try to get him back into it.
I'm used to hitting last.
Yeah. Shit. All right.
Good.
Tony, what do you got?
All right. I'm going with, I think, Mike, you had this guy earlier in the year, but Jesper Svensson.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
the
I
bomber, right?
Absolutely moves it. Yes. Yeah. So give me some wedges in. I'll take it.
Yeah, I looked at him. I didn't write him down this week.
A couple big hitters in the field there.
No, there is. I mean,
Gordon Sargent, I think, is in the field.
Yeah.
Gonna be a Bombers.
I'm surprised you didn't take this guy, Tony, Mr. Two Gloves, Mr. Waste Management. It's a Texas tournament. This is how he keeps his card. Charlie Hoffman. Surprised you didn't take Charlie. In this category. Ricky Fowler's in this category. You guys love yourself some Ricky.
Yeah, I'm with Andy on that.
I'm done.
You're done with Ricky?
Like 3 weeks ago, I said I was done. I'm done with him.
How about Max? Is he coming back or
back?
What?
I don't think he's playing this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing.
Yes, he needs to go back to Butch, or I think he already did, or he needs to do something.
No, I was going to say, should Ricky go back to doing motocross and just hang up the golf clubs? Get back out there at the dirt bikes and doing jumps and stuff?
No, have him go
be
out.
A lot more fun, probably.
Have him paddleboard like he's been doing. He's paddleboarding with his wife and, like, you know, doing the whole thing. He's out on the intercoastal out here in Jupiter, just paddleboarding away.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good, probably.
Yeah, he's probably made $1 million or $2 million.
He's probably at least over $1 million, I would say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with Bramlett. Bomber.
Yeah, you are.
He's number 210 in the world. I think he's due for another top 40. He was in form before the PGA. He had a nice top finish. So, yeah, I'm going to go with a little Bramlett. So there we go. All right, our picks are in. Charles Schwab Cup at Colonial this weekend. We'll take in some action, see what happens, and kind of go from there. Next week, I believe we have our ladies' second major of the year, the U.S. Women's Open, I believe, is next week. I may have that wrong, but I'm pretty positive.
It is.
I'm pretty positive that is next week. I think it was like May
it's the
29th
to the 3rd.
Yeah, to the 3rd. So hopefully we'll try to get a guest on for that as well for our majors. We always like to try to have somebody guest on the major, so we'll see who we can line up. But with that, we're going to head into our world famous segment, everybody's favorite.
Player.
Oh, I'm failing.
Player or pretender.
There it is. All right, Tony, the floor is yours. We're on a 3-week streak. Our guest last week, Matt, bailed us out.
He did.
Nailed it. Just snuffed you out. Was like, no, that guy's not real.
That was impressive.
Yeah, he nailed you pretty good on that one. So what do you got this week? Week 4, we're anticipating a tough one.
Here we go. Golfer number 1, Mr. Terrence Darby Dill. American professional golfer who competed on the PGA Tour, Champions Tour, and most recently the European Senior Tour. Dill won one tournament on the Senior Tour, now Champions Tour, the 1992 Bank One Classic. He also won the par 3 contest at the Masters tournament. That's golfer number 1, Terrence Darby Dill. Golfer number 2, Omar Ustretti, has 2 wins on the Web.com Tour, one in 1994 at the Nike Shreveport Open, and one in 2007 at the Livermore Valley Wine Country Championship. Ustretti went winless in over 350 PGA Tour starts with 2 third-place finishes. He said his biggest accomplishment as a golfer was making a professional record of 9 consecutive birdies on the nationwide tour. Not bad. And golfer number 3, Leon Caldwell. American professional golfer, played on the PGA Tour and Champions Tour. Never won on the PGA Tour. Caldwell notched 5 career top 10 finishes, including a solo 4th at the 1988 Greater Milwaukee Open. His lone professional victory came at the 2003 Emerald Dunes Senior Invitational on the unofficial Legends Tour. That is golfer number 3.
You think it's 3, Mike?
I do. Number 2 is a real guy, but I think it's Omar Ustretti. Number 3.
I thought it was Omar Uresti.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm only saying number 3, Andy, is because he has not had the false guy on number 3 yet this year. So I think if he's like a school teacher trying to change the order so it's not always in the middle or always first, I think he's going to go with number 3. I'm just stacking the deck. He hasn't used number 3 yet as the fake person. Because number 1's kind of a ridiculous name.
Yeah, what is it?
But he's
John Pygao?
But he's way back. What was number 1 again?
Golfer number 1, Terrence Dill.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, he won the Masters Par 3 back in the 70s or 80s. I mean, but that might be a tell then. When did they start the Masters Par 3? That's not always been a thing.
When did he win the Masters Par 3?
I can look. Hold on.
You don't have to look it up. You can just...
No, if you don't know, that's all right.
No.
Yeah, Mike, I mean, we might as well
have it
just
in my
roll
notes.
with it and go with 3.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I like 3. 1 just seems... 1 seems too ridiculous to not be real.
Yeah. And I think 2, unless it's a spelling or I'm just hearing the last name wrong, I'm pretty positive Omar is a real person.
I feel like he is too, but he said a different name. That's why I was like sitting there like...
What did you say the name was?
Ustedi.
No, I definitely pronounce it right. Uresti.
Oh, it's definitely Omar Uresti. He's like...
Okay.
That's a real guy. He's out of Texas.
Yeah.
Or New Mexico.
I tried to do Texas themed. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mike, let's just... I mean,
lock in number 3.
Yeah, screw it. Let's go.
Just playing the odds. I'm going number 3.
Well done, boys. Golly, what the hell? This is just...
Let's go for a row.
That was straight just poker, strategy, and odds and probabilities. And
brutal.
If you notice, when you play back, as soon as you started talking, I went like this when you were saying the first player.
Yeah, I saw you out of the corner of my eye.
I said number 3 just because you haven't done number 3 yet. So I was going, this is why I did good at multiple choice at school.
I don't even think I
never
thought
studied
of that.
I never studied. I just do the gameplay of it.
You're reading me more than I've read myself, I think.
There you go.
Great. Well, we'll be lost
That's
next
why they pay
week.
him the big bucks.
The soul look.
Well done, boys. Well done.
Right.
You know what that means.
We're getting some Asian Tour players. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Next week it's Kim, and Kim.
Well, maybe I think a special LPGA edition.
Yeah, you should. I'd be down for that, long as they're LPGA Tour players. Like I wouldn't do like Futures or the Annika Tour or Panama
or the Let Tour.
Yeah,
I guess Let Tour would be fine, but
yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah, LPGA.
Pretty.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to do like Nancy Lopez stuff like that, but yeah, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You're definitely not getting Nancy Lopez, buddy. That's for sure.
Why?
Lopez,
Who's she?
Yeah.
Lopez Nancy. She's always at the PGA show every year.
Dottie Pepper here. No.
Yeah. All right, Duval, 4 in a row. We've owned this segment. This is our segment now.
I'm getting
it is our segment.
Don't worry. I'll be back
right, guys.
with a vengeance.
That was sweet. Good work, Tom.
Well
Let's
done.
do it. Love it.
We got a little special edition of Coach's Corner this week with us playing in 3 different events.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so this was...
Welcome to this week's edition of Coach's Corner on One Foot Drive with your hosts, Mike, Andy, and Tony.
Yeah, break it down, Mike.
Just
Love it.
Always exciting.
Love
All
it.
right, the boys played golf again. I played golf twice in 3 days, which is really unheard of. I'm probably going to feel that tomorrow morning. So I had a Ryder Cup on Saturday. Tony and I had our pro president event where we take 3 of our board members to a local club for the Western New York PGA section, which was a nice thing. And Mr. Duval had an AM qualifier today, so I think it would be fitting for our amateur to go first. What happened today? What were you playing in? What was it?
It was
lead us off.
Yeah, it was the Florida State Am qualifier today up at it was in Orlando. It was at Orange Tree Golf Club. Good little track.
Yeah,
you know, shortish but super tight.
Mm-hmm.
Very demanding off the tee, and let's just say that it ate my lunch. So yeah, no, it was a up and down round. It was roller coaster. I got off to a pretty hot start. Drove it right down the middle of the fairway on one, and then blocked it 40 yards right into the hazard. But there wasn't a lot of water in the hazard, so it actually rolled right up to the edge of the water. You know how you get ponds where it just dries out?
Yes.
And so I walked down into the pond.
Oh, wow.
And my ball's not really submerged at all, just like in the muck.
Yeah,
and I had about
muddy.
40. Yeah, I had about 40 yards and played it like a bunker shot. Hit it to 8 feet and then rolled it in for 4. Nice. So it started off with that, and then quick.
Hey, timeout.
Yeah. What's up?
What you had to be covered? What were your shoes? Did you take your shoes off? I mean, you're probably an inch taller with the mud on the bottom of your shoes, weren't you?
I went in. I was covered after I got out of there. Like I had.
That's not a pleasant place to be.
Oh, it was. I was already
on hole.
I was already full blown sweat. So my shirt was already soaked through, but it was. I had mud all the way from my feet to my shoulders on my shirt, and I was wiping my face off. So yeah, it got a little dirty. It got a little dirty early, but
first hole.
Yeah, I mean,
oh wow, love
kill or be killed. You got to go and do it. That's what I told Tony today. I said,
yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, I really didn't drive it great. I missed a short one on 2 on the par 5. I hit a wedge in there to about 4 feet and lipped it out to get to 2 under through 2. And, I really just didn't hit it great. Back, like front side, I shot 2 over. Made a couple. I had a stretch there where I made 3 bogeys in a row, but I turned to the back, and I flailed a 7-wood OB for a second shot on the par 5. End up making double, and then went to the next hole. I hit 2 holes later. I holed a wedge out from 94 yards for a 2.
Wow.
And I was right back in it. I was like 5 over at that point. I hold it. I'm at +3. I'm 2 shots off the cut. And we had pretty gettable stretch coming in. And I just get up on the next tee box and bang a 7-wood out of bounds right. And it just went the roller coaster of emotions.
How many 7-woods did you hit out of bounds?
Yeah.
I hit 4
2 that I heard
out
of
of bounds today. I hit 4 balls out of bounds today.
Wow.
Yeah, so I lipped out a wedge on the hole before after I hit it out of bounds to make bogey, and then I holed a wedge on the next hole, and then I hit it out of bounds the next hole with a 7-wood. So I hit it out of bounds on 10, I hit it out of bounds on 12, I think it was. Then I hit it out of bounds on 14. And I hit it out of bounds on like 5 or 6 on the front, and made bogey on that hole. So, I just the tee balls, I was a little ahead of it. I had it underneath me, and I just couldn't figure it out. I was a little quick. It was a struggle, but I had a great time. It was nice. I played with 2. Great story about the kid I played with. So we get done the round today, and he's like, so are you going to qualify for, you going to go play this qualifier for the Florida Open? I was like, no, I'm going to be up north. And he said, oh, well, he's like, just keep plugging away, man. He's like, you'll eventually get into one of these events. and God bless him. He was like 17 or 18 years old. God bless the kid. Like, just a positive guy, just a positive kid giving an old man to him. A little advice.
That's great.
He beat me today. He shot 76, so he beat me by a shot. So rightfully so,
He's got the advice rights. Yeah.
He should be giving the advice.
Yes,
and
he gets the rights to do it.
I got into my car and I sat there and I thought to myself, wow. The only thing that came to mind. Yep, I was like, wow, I just got the advice train from the 18-year-old kid, or I think he was 18. Yeah.
Wise
getting ready to go
his
off.
Years.
Yeah, he was getting ready to go play at Rollins College next year. And he was just like, don't worry, bud, you'll get there. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Amazing.
But I had a quick trunk slam. But I'm looking forward to playing a few more. I don't know how many more qualifiers we're gonna have, but I'm looking forward to it. It was fun. It was nice to get back out there.
So aside from going to the range to figure out how to stop blocking your 7-wood, what did we learn today, seeing as this is Coach's Corner? Anything?
Man, I learned that I'm a very good wedge player. That's what I learned. That's what I learned today. No, I learned that it's very poor decision making when you're not swinging it well to try to take on golf shots that probably are on the lower end of the spectrum of percentage wise. So like the 7-wood I hit, I kind of blocked the driver. I was over in the right with like a bare lie, and I was trying to just get one up into the front of the green, and I could have just easily laid it up, taken out an 8-iron, laid it up to maybe 190 to 100 yards, and then just played my wedge in, and I'm taking a big score out of play. To me, I feel like I'm taking 6 out of play. Like I really have to kind of hit a poor wedge or do something crazy to make 6 there. So I think, if you're playing in events or you're playing at home, or that a good lesson is you don't always have to take the shot on. It's if you're not confident with your swing or you're not feeling it with your golf swing, just go ahead, play the numbers game and just go from there. Yeah, it was probably there was 3 shots today that I really would have liked to have back. Not even 3 shots, 3 decisions. It was more the decision making process. But sometimes the egos get in there, and you think you can pull off some golf shots that maybe just aren't there at the moment. So yeah.
Very cool.
All in all, great day. Yeah, all in all, it was a great day. It was a great day.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, Tony and I were at a local club for the Western New York PGA Pro President. I let Tony kick off. Why don't you say about your day, how you played?
Oh my gosh, we got such a great day. Beautiful weather.
Park's great too, right?
Great track, super pure. It was a great, awesome experience. This is my first time doing something like this, taking some amateurs to do a pro-am. So it was a really cool experience. It was a top-notch event. The lunch was great. I mean, you couldn't believe the spread they put out there, and the course was it's like it never rained. It was like unbelievable. Had some really good golf going on. Shout out to Greg Peretti from my group. Hold his wedge from I may have been almost the same yardage. That's funny that I gotta ask him, but super beautiful shot over the tree. Takes a couple bounces, tracks right into the cup. Yeah, it was awesome. He was coming out of the rough and just kind of rolled right in like a putt. It was great. But yeah, I had my ups and downs personally. Made some really good pars, made a nice birdie. Had so many good looks for birdie, just I don't know, the putter failed me again today, and it's all good. We enjoyed ourselves and we had some good laughs, so
good.
I'll tell you what I learned. I learned that it's very, very similar to your lesson, Andy. Like, just be simple, be like, I don't know. I just, I feel like I overcomplicate the situation a lot of times when I'm out there. It's like, it's just a golf shot. Just hit a simple shot. And also the breaks. Like, I hit a couple duck hooks today that were turning 90 degrees left. It was unbelievable. But two of them I found, and I had shots into the green, and it was I just didn't like take a second to be like, oh, I just got a good break. Let me take advantage of this. Like, it was almost like I was stepping up to the shot. Like, I don't deserve to make par here, and just kind of hacking it up there. And it was, so I think that's something like Greg's shot, his tee shot, we thought was out of bounds, and then he holds his second shot. Like, you get a break, you got to take advantage of that, pay it the respect it deserves. Like, the golf gods just blessed you. Like, take a second and appreciate that. So that's something I learned. How about you, Mike? Man.
Well, I learned that I'm happy for Greg Peretti, but I'm really not, because he cut our skin on that hole.
Yeah, ditto. Mad at you guys.
I mean, well, we played it first, because in the shotgun we got there first. So, I made birdie, then Kevin made a nice 3 for 2. Might not be as nice as a 2 holing out from the fairway, but a 2's a 2. Wow. So we had a total of 5, and the team from the same club cut each other on that hole. That wasn't friendly at all. So yeah, I learned that better communication in a skins game is vital.
Yeah, send a text message.
Right?
Yeah, something. Like, hey.
Yeah. Like, hole out on the next hole, Greg.
Yeah, just wait a hole. This one. Yeah. Wait a hole. No, but that's a great shot. I mean, I'm sure some other clubs made that, but our group was great. We had a lot of fun, a lot of good golf we played. We were so close to being great. Just a couple shots. We had the 18th hole there is a little tricky. It was a false front on it, so we kind of hit our shots up and they roll back, and then you're left with like 60 feet, and it's one of those weird tweeners where do I bump and run an 8? Do I hit a hybrid? Do I putt it? And I tried to putt it, and thank God the wind didn't blow, because I was able to run up and mark it before it rolled back down to my feet. I hammered it, absolutely hammered it, and it still came up like 10 feet short. I'm like, oh God, that's coming back, and it, I was able to get the mark down. So I learned that you got to be hustling on those opportunities to get up and mark the ball. But my 4th round of the year, I mean, I'm trending, boys. I haven't played a home game yet, but I was plus 1284, plus 1082, plus 879, and now I am plus 475 today. So I'm trending in the right direction.
Oh,
the game is rounding into form. Acros had you boys with the Acros for me. 284 was my longest drive today. Woo! So starting to get a little off the toe and a little more towards the middle on a couple. So that was fun.
I like that.
I like a little extra gas in one, huh?
Yeah, I hit 12 greens today, 5 fairways, 32 putts. I had a stretch. I really could have shot. I could have really
a lot of greens for no fairways.
Thank you. I really could have shot nothing. We started on number 2. I left a putt short, bogey, 3, standard par, 4. I hit a gap wedge of 6 feet, missed it. 5, 170 over water, hit a 7-iron to 8 feet, missed it. And on that hole, it was great because one of our partners, Dean, was 45 feet away, and he drained it for a deuce. And then our other guy, Franco, was maybe a pace or 2 ahead of him from like 30 or 35 feet. And he drained the same exact putt up the hill, a little right to left. Boom, boom. I'm sitting there 8 feet. I don't even need my putt anymore. So maybe that was it. I didn't really focus on it, but it was a tough putt, and I missed it. 6, I hit a pitching wedge of 14 feet, missed it. 7, like I said, I hit it in there to like 14 feet, made it. These are all Acros numbers too, so I'm not just making this shit up. Number 8, 30 feet, missed it. Not really expecting to make that. And then number 9, I hit it to 13 feet and missed it on 9. A little uphill left to right and just left it in the jaws, man. So I made a 14-footer on 15, and that was my streak that I had. So really, I convert 2 putts out of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 opportunities. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know what the tour averages are, but I feel like that's not really there. So, but I was happy with it. Struck the ball well. Struck the ball well.
Yeah.
That's all that mattered. The putts will come.
I mean, anytime you're hitting it to 15 feet, that's like even from 100 yards plus. I mean, that's well inside tour average. Inside tour average. I
think the Acros 125 and under, I was average of 16 feet. And I averaged 22 feet for the day. Of the 12 greens that I hit, I averaged 22 feet.
Yeah, I mean, that is really solid.
Yeah.
Very, very
so it was so solid that you boys know what I did tonight? I got the email and I signed up for a 2-day event down in Pennsylvania tonight. I hit it so well. I was like, you know what?
Oh, boy.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to go down to the Zippo Open, boys.
Nice.
They did put it back in the schedule, huh?
Yeah, it's
I talked
back in
to
the
a couple
schedule.
of guys. Oh, okay, I talked to a couple, and they said that it wasn't on the schedule yet. So you got to play that.
What?
I mean,
So it's the open window right now. If you're in Western New York, PGA professional, and you're listening to this, get your application in. It's open for us right now before they open it up nationally. So good chance. We're playing for $130,000, $50K for first place. I mean, go and see if your putter gets hot. That's what it's all about. Hit some shots, and if I do the same thing and maybe make half of them, maybe I get a big cardboard check behind me. You know, it's just a 1-day lightning in a bottle.
And that event's so good all around.
It is.
Like the
really
pro-am's good. The camaraderie with all the guys is good. Yep. Like guys are kind of staying away. They're down for like the night. So there's a little bit of nightlife. The dinner's fantastic. It's a good event. I love it.
Yeah, George Duke, the owner of the Zippo company, sponsor, lays out a really, really nice event. Treats the pros really good, first class all the way. So I was just glad this early in the season I'm already finding the club face. So I always hate signing up for that, and I'm slapping it around, and I always feel bad taking a spot when you have zero chance. Even if I go around the course in 20 putts, there are some days with the ball striking, it's just not going to happen either way. So,
yeah, but you don't usually play this much this early in the year, so that's always nice.
No, I don't. I think you guys got me fired up this year.
Yeah, that's what that was the game plan. We sat down and tried to figure out how we were going to do this. So I'm glad it finally worked 5 years down the road.
Yeah. We got it. And then Saturday we had a little Ryder Cup at another local club versus ours, a little rivalry. We're kind of two private clubs that are separated, not too far down the road from each other. So we went over there. It rain delay for about an hour. It was low 50s. When the rain stopped, it was 40-mile-an-hour winds. My first time playing the course, really cool track. They have the International Junior Masters event there every June. And course is in really nice shape. Greens are really cool to play. A lot of cool shots over there. My first time playing, I thought it was really good. The Ryder Cup did not turn out the way we wanted. We lost 10.5 to 7.5. But when they were drinking Guinness out of the cup at dinner in front of us, it started that maybe we got to run this back in the fall. So I think we're going to have another little rematch in the fall. Maybe they're drinking out of the cup a little early. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works in the fall. They brought it up, actually. All right, I'm back, boys. I had a little technical difficulty. I didn't charge my phone properly before the pod tonight, so I ran out of a little juice there and got cut off. But I'm back. I got one more thing with the Ryder Cup on Saturday. Like I said, we lost that one, but that for a coaching moment, like usually when I play with guys, and I don't know what you guys do, like when you play with AMs, but I've never played with them before. I'll usually be like, hey, if you have a question, if you want help with something during a round, just ask. I'm more than happy to help you with anything you want to in your game. It doesn't matter to me. I'll help anybody with anything, right? But I'm not one of those guys that's going to be 3 holes in and be like, hey, have you ever tried gripping it like this or not putting the ball here? I'm not going to offer a bunch of free advice because, one, I don't know what the guy's trying to do or if they're playing a shot or anything like that. So with all that prefaced, That's how I roll. And on our 9th hole, the first 9 was a better ball. My partner and I were up 1 going into 9, and we got to secure the point for our team. And my partner's getting a stroke, and he hits a nice shot, lands by the pin, and just rolls off the back of the green, pins in the back. He's probably got like 16 feet, but his ball's up against the collar. So one of those weird lies, right? So Jeff, my partner Jeff, we're sitting there, and he comes up to me while the other guy's putting and chipping around, and he looks at me and he goes, "Should I be like hitting down on this, or like trying to like pop it or something like that?" And I was like, "Nah. What I typically do is I try to hover the putter." And then when I said about the grass level, and I said, you just want to try to hit the top of the ball or the quarter of the ball, right? And get it rolling that way. And it might pop a little bit, but you get like that top equator. That's what I usually do for that type of shot. I don't want to try to hit down on it because then it's going to try to pop up. So that was my advice to him. And he went over there, never have tried this before. And he definitely hovered his putter.
Oh, no, he whiffed.
And he had a mallet putter. And thank God he probably had a loose screw on the bottom that was sticking down a little bit. And he hit the ball about 6 inches.
Oh, no.
Otherwise, he'd have completely whiffed.
Oh, no.
So now we go to, he needs the 2-putt to secure the point to, what did I just tell this guy? Why would I even say anything? Just let him play it how he wants to play it, because now I just told him something he's never tried before.
Right.
Yeah.
It just threw up right in front of us. So, we all look at each other, and I just look at him like, hey, clean your ball. Now it's on the green. I said, clean your ball, regroup. You're still fine. Like, if he still snuggles it down there, maybe another guy misses a putt, right? So he does, cleans his ball, lines it up. Boom, drains it.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
4 for 3, and we close out the point. So, it's a 16-footer, and typically you hit it 15-foot 6-inch, then you tap in the 6-incher. My partner chose the other route to hit it 6 inches and then hit it 15-6 to, stick the knife into our opponents and turn it right when they thought they had a chance. So
they don't ask how.
No, they don't. So that was glorious.
I mean, that's pretty solid. That's a pretty solid reset there for the mental aspect.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to pick his brain on what was going through that. See if he can give me a little insight. Yeah, I need a little help there.
I'm thinking he might add a choice word for me. Hover my putter. Like a guy in Caddyshack, it grinds the shoe and it starts sparking. Like, yeah, I'll teach you.
Oh yeah.
I was just happy he made the comebacker. Well, it's not really a comebacker. It never really got to the hole or on the just got on the green. But that was a moment of our Ryder Cup that was pretty glorious. So
that's awesome.
I wanted to share that for sure.
So you go with the hover, huh?
Yeah, I like the hover. Back when I used to play, I had a Ping A blade.
Yeah.
Or some type of blade like that. When I played those type, I would just turn it sideways. I would do like the VJ Singh or the couples.
The toe.
I would just turn the putter sideways and putt with the toe. And that works really well because it just cuts right through the grass. But now that I have these like lab putters and mallets, it's kind of rounded, so you don't really know where it's really heading. It's got an aggressive point on it, so it's not really a play anymore. So I kind of hover it. If it's real bad, I'll just belly a wedge. I mean, I actually putt really well, bellying a wedge, almost good enough where I thought about dropping the putter out of my bag completely. But
been there, done that, buddy.
Yeah, fear of ridicule, I guess. I haven't done it yet. Usually doesn't bother me, but so that was the Ryder Cup. We look forward to probably running it back in the fall. Guys had a great time. Dave and his team did a great job as hosting. Dinner was great. Golf was great. Weather was terrible, but we made do with it. What was really good is we had a rain delay. And Dave's like, we're good to go. Let's go. And we're the first group. We roll up to the first tee and it just starts raining. Now I'm looking like, Like, are we doing this? We're actively getting wet. All right, I'm now hitting a tee ball in the rain. Now I am wet. And we roll down the fairway, and it stops within the first hole, but then you're wet, and then what happens? It gets windy, and it's like 50 degrees, real feel like 45. So
yeah,
that was not desirable, but we got through it.
The hot dog at the turn was real nice.
Did you get the hot dog?
Oh yeah, I got the hot dog and a cheeseburger.
Oh,
man, what a treat!
I doubled down. What a treat.
Are you guys planning on switching clubs, or are they going to host it again because they won?
Nah, we'll alternate. We're going to do a home and home. So we're not sure how that'll work yet. Like if we take, like if they win at their place, we win at our place, is the tiebreaker the total points won over both matches? I don't know. We got to figure out some stuff yet. So
no way. Yeah. You guys, what would be great?
What's that?
You should random pick players out of the hat, 2 guys, and they go out and play a best ball playoff.
Oh, if we tie,
and let everybody go out and watch it with drinks, and just put 4 guys out there just knees shaking.
It probably wouldn't be bad, actually. I mean, I would do that.
I think that would be great.
It would probably be Dave and I, and then we either draw 2 A players, 2 B players, or 2 C players. You'd want the handicaps pretty similar, so whatever it is, I'll talk to him Wednesday.
I mean, you could random draw it.
Yeah,
you could just random draw it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
amazing.
Well, obviously it's out of the same flights.
Yeah.
But like, if you like random draw what flight it would be, and then you random draw 2 players out of the flight.
Yeah.
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like
instead of just reverting to points.
Yeah, because then it actually, it's a little bit more like guys get an opportunity to hang around. Like both teams are going to be hanging around. There's going to be obviously some cocktails flowing. There's going to be some chatter. There's going to be entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're either going to see somebody make a putt, or you're going to see somebody just
carnage.
Yeah,
you're going to see carnage.
Boy, can we live stream that? Jesus, that would be fantastic.
I don't get why not.
Let me get that.
Let
me know the dates.
You got it. Yeah, we got a call Wednesday to set it up, so.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Good for you guys.
Thanks. So while I was gone, did you guys have anything else on the playing, or are we on the fact check?
I think we're on the fact check. We were talking about playing that collar shot, which we just covered.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we actually were talking about that. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
So fact check. You guys have any before I start?
No, I just had the one. Takes the one side of the golf course out of play.
Gotcha. All right. Matt had made a comment, and he was super confident in it, that Byron Nelson was the last person to win the PGA match play at Mo Wayne Country Club in Ohio.
Yeah.
He was correct on all of that, except he wasn't the last guy to do it. He had the year, he had the player, he had the club, he had the state. Everything was good, except he wasn't the last guy to do it. The last guy was Lionel Herbert in 1957. That was the last PGA had match play. So it was another 12 years before they ended the match play. So 57.
I wish the next match play would be 2026.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was that.
One can dream.
One can dream.
Yeah, it was either a typo or something. The Washington Redskins QB is Mark Ripken. It is not Ripon. So just a little clarification for family and
you know what the best part about that was? How confident I was. I was like, no, this is
I was going to run you through. That was my era growing up. I know exactly who Mark Ripken is and how it was
no idea.
John Madden for years. So like I've heard it, but you were pretty adamant. So I was like, that'll just be a fact check. We'll
when Andy's like, oh no, the Cal Ripken is a baseball player. I was like, yeah, Cal Ripken's a baseball player, dude.
That's what I thought it was. I'm like, what other Ripken do I know?
That's great.
That's great. And then the one that I had, and I don't know how I got this confused. It might be like, what's that thing, like the time lapse thing where the
Mandela effect.
Bears? Yeah. So like, I could have swore it was Arnie with the Rory club toss in the pond. I was way
It was
off.
Jack.
No.
No.
So this is wild. So it was 2015, unless I can't find it on the internet, but it was 2015. It was the WGC Cadillac at Doral, number 8. And he threw the club in the water on number 8 at Doral.
And Donald Trump got it?
Yes. And the next day, Donald Trump had it retrieved.
No chance.
Donald Trump gave it back to him on the driving range and said, here you go. Having 13 clubs is unlucky, or it's unlucky to have 13 clubs. And they talked for a little bit. And then Rory put the club back in his bag.
No way.
Fact check.
I mean, that's
fact check, but
we need to fact check the fact check for sure.
I've got it on. Yeah, it says USA Today has Donald Trump once helped Rory McIlroy retrieve a golf club. Trump got a scuba diver to take and retrieve the club, and then there's a YouTube video of him doing it too.
Yeah.
And then ESP or CBS, yeah, it was this 3-iron. Washington Post, that seems to be, and Reddit seems to be, yeah.
That's
ESPN.
Wild. I could have sworn it was
Dude,
Palmer.
that's a serious Mandela effect. Because I have the same story in my head too.
Yes, I could have sworn it was Palmer.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to go back and find it. I'll find it somewhere. Palmer must have did something else to Rory. I know Davis Love III at Bay Hill was in a bunker and he got upset and he hit a sprinkler head with his wedge and it popped it and it was leaking. And they had to come out and fix it. And Arnie put a note in his locker with a bill for the repair.
Yes.
Like, we don't do that at Bay Hill. And he gave Davis Love III a bill. I remember that one.
Yep.
But I
Maybe
know there was something worth Rory as well, and I just cannot remember it. Yeah. So.
Oh, good stuff. Good fact checks.
Yeah.
That's all I got. And then
crazy.
just to keep it going, I mean, I guess we were off our game. We couldn't get the blood flowing tonight for him, Tony, but our spade of a spade counter is only at 8. He did not have one tonight.
I didn't think we got one.
He didn't get one tonight. We couldn't get one. We couldn't get one out of him. He's just, yeah.
Actually, I got one of the guys lives down here, good friend of ours. He threw spade as a spade out at me tonight and said, I'm a loyal listener, boys. So I said, that is fantastic. Thank you very much, bud.
Love it.
Kev, you're the man. You're the man.
That's great. All right. Well, good stuff, guys. Another great week. Enjoy the Colonial this weekend. Next week, we got another major, the ladies, U.S. Open. Hope to have a guest for that. We're trying to line one or two up. But other than that, have a great week. Thanks, guys.
Keep yelling, Mike. Cheers, boys.